AITA for heading home and leaving my intoxicated date at the bar. I, 25M, matched with a woman, 25F, and we made plans to meet for food and drinks. We agreed to Uber to the restaurant around 6:30. When I arrived, she was already at the bar drinking. No big deal. We grabbed a table and things started out fine. About an hour in, I noticed she seemed a little drunk, but we were having fun, so I didn't think much of it. Still, she didn't seem interested in eating. I was starving, so I ordered a few appetizers. She picked at the food, maybe 3 bites total. I suggested she order something else, and she said she doesn't get hungry when she's drinking. She was definitely drinking a lot. Eventually, I noticed her slurring her words, so I figured it was time to call it a night. I paid the bill and offered to share an Uber and drop her off on the way to mine. She said she wanted to go across the street for one more drink. I agreed, even though I had work early, because I genuinely felt a connection with her and didn't want to come off rude. I told her I couldn't stay long and needed to leave soon. She agreed we'd leave after one drink. At the next bar, she ordered a double Jack and Coke and a shot for each of us. I went along with it. After the shot and the drink, I told her I was calling an Uber and again offered to share it. She tried to talk me into staying for another round, but I politely declined. I told her I'd really like to see her again, and I meant it. That's when everything changed. That last drink clearly pushed her over the edge. She got loud and obnoxious. I tried several times to gently suggest we leave, but she started making weird jokes like, "Are you trying to take advantage of me? I'm not that kind of girl." It was clearly meant to be flirtatious, but it was uncomfortable. I offered to get her her own Uber home, separate from mine, so she'd feel safe. She refused. Then she told me that if I stayed for another drink, she'd come back to my place. I said no thanks. I asked if there was anyone I could call to pick her up. She said no. When my Uber arrived, I made one last offer to take her home, but she was getting angry at this point and told me to stop telling her what to do. She called me a pussy and people nearby were starting to stare. I didn't want to make a scene. I left. It was about 11 p.m. and I get up at 5 a.m. for work. She blew up my phone for over an hour after I left. She cursed me out for abandoning her. I blocked her and went to sleep. The next morning, I woke up to 9 messages from her on Facebook. She found my profile and called me every name in the book. I didn't respond to the name calling. I just asked if she got home okay. No response. I'm honestly struggling. I have 2 sisters, and I'd hate for a guy to just leave them alone in that state. But I also felt like I had no real options. She refused help. She refused the ride. She refused her own Uber. I didn't feel like I could force her to leave. So, AITA for walking away?